Hello, my name is Christopher Lefoltz, and this is the development group conversation pre-video presentation. I am the Vice President of Development, and I will unfortunately not be able to attend the meeting. Tim Zellman will be there to answer questions associated with that. I have been in jury duty for actually the past several weeks, and because of that, Tim has been filling in as my DRI for the development team. As always, we start off the group conversation with what's top of mind. Big thing is that we've been finishing up Q2 and Q3 and finishing up Q2 OKRs and then starting on Q3 OKRs and getting those kind of planned out. We've definitely in the past month been more focused on our reliability, and as such, we've been participating in the heightened stand-up around GitLab.com availability, which has turned into a daily stand-up where development is taking on a number of initiatives. We also have ramped up on engineering allocations because of those reliability concerns and infra dev work as well. And it's been a really interesting situation in that I've been unavailable for several of these weeks, but working with Tim and other members of the development organization, actually all the directors in the development organization, to basically work on those aspects. Several other things listed below there: narrow MR rate, retention, hiring, culture AMP, and the database decomposition ever, as well as considering porting of a test to Postgres SQL. Most of those are standard things. The last one is something that Stan has been thinking about, and I'm trying to actively participate in moving forward. We also focus on how we're doing as an organization from a headcount perspective. We've grown in the last 8 weeks from 270 to 275. We're still tracking to grow the team to roughly 315 by 1st of February. Because of that, we have several positions open, and we look to hire and grow past attrition. So that's one of the areas of focus that you'll see in the coming quarter. Other KPI metrics that we keep an eye on are maintainers and engineering to maintainers. We continue to grow the number of maintainers associated with overall efforts, as well as looking at our maintainers per MR, where we want to get those numbers above a certain threshold. We're starting to see cases where we're actually getting above that threshold. That's a little bit due to a little bit slower MR rate. So we'll continue to focus on adding additional maintainers. As I mentioned before, July has been a slower MR rate month. This is due to a number of things. In particular, we have definitely seen PTO rising pretty steadily in the past several months. July and August are historically months that folks take a vacation, and because of lowering of restrictions related to the pandemic, we definitely have seen additional vacation be taken. We also are starting to see our phasing into the Friends and Family Day if we look year over year, so that affects our numbers by about 4 to 6% from that perspective. And then last but not least, our focus on reliability has caused us a little bit of slower impact related to MR rate, as some of these issues are much more difficult to fix quickly from that perspective. Other KPIs, OMA and OMR, which have been instituted in the past couple of months. Our review efficiency looks pretty solid from that perspective, below target. Age, open MR age is another area we've been focusing on a little bit, but not as much as we need to get it below the 30-day target. I'm happy to report that LCP has dropped significantly, which means that our performance has increased. Essentially, we have changed to basically Cloudflare as our single caching provider, and that helped reduce our threshold. Looks like we can make our target somewhere between 1.5 and a second from that perspective, and we'll make that adjustment here in the coming month. For OKRs, looking pretty solid overall for Q2. As you can see, overall, we're between the 60 to 80 mark for most cases. Only one that technically is behind, which was the culture amp. That's mainly because we just have some final pieces to do around our audit. As always, we want to make sure that our OKRs are aspirational. So we're trying to hit between that 60 and 80 target with a few higher marks along the way. Q3 OKRs, basically we have a heavy focus on reliability, which is part number 2. That's around a lot of the GitLab.com stand-up items. And then also we do have a little bit of ARR focus as well around cloud licensing, workspaces, and then making sure that our database can scale through functional decomposition. We also will continue to build a better team through 360 reviews, completing our hiring objectives, and we're looking to also get the team to take technical writing training during this quarter. Just a little additional information for this particular group conversation around the availability and scalability and the things that we're doing in development around this. You see the items listed here. Pretty heavy focus on the first 2, which is fixing the InfraDev issues. We actually got a headcount reset associated with that in item 6. And then also looking at implementing error budgets fully during this quarter and making sure that our SLOs are I'm saying toothy. That's an American colloquialism for meaning that we're much closer to the SLO results than an objective that we're not even close to meeting. That's it for the group conversation. There's a few more additional informational slides for folks. Again, thanks for everybody's time and consideration, and look forward to the questions. Thank you very much.